Good evening, everyone. Positive and negative, both experiences have made what we are today. So, experience is a small and single word and very simple to understand it, but it has a longest effect until our end of our life. It has the longest effect. Why? Because experience is everywhere. It is related to everything. Not only I am financially stable, or I am the most educated people and I have the largest experience ever. No, not this. This is not true. Want to state a quote that success teaches us what we can achieve, but failure teaches us how to achieve it. So both experiences made us and teaches us something valuable, what which can help us to our personal growth, to increase, like positive experiences increase our self-esteem, how to develop ourselves. We become confident after some positive things happen to us. But in case of negative experience, yeah, it's true, it's very harsh, and it is realistic, more realistic than our real imagination. That's why we are getting less, we are like stuck on it. We are thinking that we are hopeless, and we can't do anything. But it's wrong. If you face it, and you realize the reality, then you obviously know that how to cope with difficulties, how to cope with difficulties. So I would like to say that if experience is everywhere, and not only a largest memory, it will present in a smallest thing also. If you are in a classroom, and we will like talk with everyone, you can learn how to communicate with
Okay, Ms.
people.
Bhumik, as you have already shared your opinion based on experience which is bad and as well as the good, people generally make themselves with their hard work and the effort to achieve something, to build themselves. And experience is nothing but a book of the memory. Don't you feel that?
Yes, obviously.
But why you are trying to emphasize based on only the experience can develop a person, experience can bring the radical changes in someone. Why not the hard work and the effort? Had it been not so, then many people may not look for that.
I've already
But
said that.
mostly people do that. Are you agree on that? The hard work and the effort they give to achieve something, just because that is the ultimatum thing from which they get something great.
If there is no hard work, then how would I achieve a success?
But there are many people, those who cherish their experience in the name of the memory. Don't you feel that that doesn't give that much impact?
No, I don't feel it, because if your experience is like your memory, then what is it wrong in it?
Okay, there's a question from Mr. Shaha.
So I simply ask, do you think that the most experienced person or the most hardworking person in the society is the most successful person?
No.
Why not? If experiences shape us to be what we are today, simply to be
We
a
are
better
the-
person, okay, in the society, then why don't you think that the most hardworking person, the most experienced person is not the most successful person in the society?
Okay. We are like we have small big experience on in our lives. So now at this point, we are not the most successful person at the peak of our career. No, but we have that experience, that how to achieve it and how to regulate our life. We are not that we can't do anything, and I have no experience, I have no sufficient knowledge to, but we have, but we are not most succeed. So how do you
Why not? You think that, if you think that, the supplementer says that what we are there to do a better things, to be a better person, to be a better person in the society, you have to be an experienced person. You have to be an experienced person, right? You have
because experience teaches us what should be right for me and what should be wrong for me.
Yes, if it is so, then we should know that the most experienced person, if we talk about that, an old person should be the most successful person because he knows what is wrong and what is right. Throughout his life or throughout his life, he has earned that particular experience. Okay?
Experience teaches us it's right, but experience made us successful. That is not true. Experience is our.
If you know that what is wrong, what is right, what should we do as a person, then it just become because why we are not successful because we do not follow the same the right path. Just because of that reason we are not able to be a successful person in our life, right? Had it been known to us, then we would have followed particular thing, right? So that's why you simply go to a teacher to simply gather some experience or to simply a
we
guru.
go to teacher to learn something, not to gain experience.
Don't you get experiences from the
Yeah, but the experience is the not the thing that we learned. The experience is the thing that we gain from something.
Then
Not the
why do we follow in our life so-called a role model? Why do we follow a particular
Our
person,
role
a person
model
who can give us much knowledge from his own activity?
A role model, like for me, Swami Vivekananda is my role model. I take inspiration from him, but I am not that man that I want to be Swami Vivekananda. I am myself. I am Anushka Bhaumik, but I take some of their thinking process, some of the way.
So that's why Mr.
he-
Shah has also asked you the same question. A teacher's job is to guide that. A teacher's job is to give the lecture through certain lesson from which the student can get the benefit.
Yes, obviously.
So what's in wrong in that? If we know what is
There is
right and
nothing
what is wrong, so that's enough for us. So we should not knock the door of a teacher, isn't it? If we know what is right and what is wrong, do we need to get ourselves admitted in a particular institution to get the degree? Should we run after a teacher to please guide us? No, because certain things which is beyond the yes and no, beyond the right and wrong, we need to know, which can enhance our life in the future. So for that reason, we need to take the guidelines from the teachers, from the mentors, and from the Supremo. Okay, there's a question from Ms. Chakraborty.
Alright, now I'd like to talk about negative experiences. Say, for example, a victim of acid attacks or a victim of molestation, a victim of any sort of torture. Do you think that is a fruitful experience for your self-development?
No, it's not a experience. It's a incident that is going to be happened by someone who is mentally injured people who's doing that acid attack
That's the
and there's no
experience.
restriction.
That's the experience of my life.
That's I don't think that this is an experience. This is an attack. This is an experience. This is an experience. This is an attack, and this is a I told that this is not any kind of experience.
So, what do you consider this situation?
This is criminal activities.
If something if something bad happens to you, you will not consider it as an experience of your life.
Like this type, acid attack is not any kind of experience of my life. Rape is not any kind of experience of my life. Molestation, murder is not any kind of experience of our life.
But girls do face these situations,
Yes, that's why I
so
told.
they do experience it.
They do experience it. I am a girl, so I do experience with that. This
You
type
may
of-
not like it. She wanted to mean that you may not like it in a crowded place. If a person is enjoying, he or she is going to be in the crowd, especially a girl is going to failed by a person cup of fish at the time. That is not the fault of the girl. The fault is the situation, but the person is going to enjoy the pleasure. So don't you feel that at that time she was the victim? If
She
not
was the
physically,
victim, but
she was a victim. How? She was she is victim, or she was a victim not by physically but mentally. That she was trying to say that experience really matters a lot. If while you are going or while you are walking in a crowd, if somebody gives a bad touch, don't you feel that that is a bad experience or the good experience you have gathered? So next time you'll be very much careful.
if anyone if anyone doesn't get any bad touch from someone in her or his life, then he or she couldn't know that couldn't understand that how the bad touch is.
I think that you are. I think that you are
Everyone
not
is
able
present
to
is-
fathom the fact what Miss Chakraborty is trying to say. Miss Chakraborty is trying to know from you whenever you are in a situation you are not the person who is going to get into that. But if a person use as a tool yourself, so at that time don't you feel that that experience gives you a lot of knowledge?
Long
If
term
I'm not
knowledge in
wrong
what?
that.
Long term knowledge in what? What type
In
of
that
knowledge
case, that
I
you are
gain?
utilized. You are utilized by someone.
I utilized by someone to that way. I gained my experience, and I don't have to go outside, right?
No, not necessarily.
Don't you feel that gives you a traumatic situation?
Yes.
in
It's
your
a
life
traumatic
that
situation.
has an
A kind of phobia. A kind of phobia.
Yes.
Phobia, traumatic situation is not related to
How
experience.
it's a beneficial? How is it related to your life? What you
Okay.
have today?
If a negative experience, if failure is a negative experience, right? Success is a positive experience. In whatever field you want. A acid attack, rape, how it would be a experience of our life. It's an accident. It's a criminal activities. It is not any. This
You have gone through that accident.
yes.
You have gone through that accident. So during the process of going through that accident, don't you gather any experience?
No, sir. It's
What do you gather?
it's all I
No,
gathered.
whatever happens to you is your experience.
Yes.
So if these negative things happen to you, why are you refusing to accept them as your experience?
No, sir. This is not an experience for
What
me.
is that? What do you call it?
I told that, sir. It's a criminal activity from.
But you have gone through that.
Yes.
You have been subjected to that criminal activity.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, you have failed, you have reacted towards them. And that reaction is based on your experience. That reaction gives you experience. Can experience be had objectively?
No.
It's always subjective. So when you are going through that particular incident or accident, whatever you call it, you are of course subjectively gathering that experience.
Experience.
Afterwards, you may of course narrate that story to Regina. She will gather the experience objectively, not subjectively.
No, sir.
It is a second-hand experience. But hard experience, objective experience will be not so strong as your subjective experience. Like you may develop some phobia. Say you have been burned,
Okay.
and from that particular incident, you have learned a lesson that fire burns. And you have that experience that I should not touch fire. Is that not your experience?
Yes.
Why? Because your finger has been burned. That is what it is. So when you are going through a certain incident or quote unquote accident, you are of course gathering certain experiences
Experiences.
when you are passing through that.
Sir, I have a question. That acid attack, for suppose that that acid attack is going up on me. That how
To some
could
girl.
to some girl, then how could I get any kind of experience from it, and
Don't
how
you
should I
react to it?
react?
The pain, don't you experience the pain?
Yes.
Why are you refusing to accept it as your experience? Very painful experience, very bitter experience, which you, of course, want to forget, but you cannot forget. Because the bitter experiences are etched in our memory in such a manner that it is very difficult for us to get rid of bitter experiences.
Yes.
Sweet experiences often we forget. But
The
bitter
bitter
experiences you
experience-
can never forget. Because this, if a dog bites you once, and you have to, of course, go through that course of medication vaccines. Next time, if you happen to see a dog far away from you, you will shrink in fear. That is your experience. And that experience is gathered in you. That is what there is a particular gland in our brain that's called amygdala.
Amygdala. Yes.
This amygdala stores that. And amygdala, of course, reminds you that a dog is dangerous. And you become cautious seeing a dog. Why? Because of the experience.
Yes. That's true.
So she is willing to what constructive things you learn from that experience. Because you are saying when you are discussing subject matter that your good experience, bad experience, the negative, positive, both the experiences have contributed towards what you are doing. So how does that particular bitter experience contribute to what you are doing? Had this not been in your life, would you have been a different person?
No, sir.
As Dendlal was talking about a failure,
Hmm.
he had not scored well in a certain examination, and for that reason, he learned a lesson from that. Then no, I should not do this. The people will of course look down upon me, and you are so ashamed that he couldn't return home instantly. And he learned a very positive experience. What was that? He knew that he would have to pay attention to his studies. If he did not study properly, in the annual examination as well, he would not be able to score well. That is something positive, what has come out of the negative experience. But this acid attack or this kind of negative things, from there, what is the positive thing that comes out? That destroys you, that disfigures your face. So what positive do you learn from that negative? Nothing. Absolutely. Then how do you agree with the subject matter? That your positive as well as your negative experience have made you what you are.
I think this is a exceptional incident that that is going to happen on some girl,
Yes.
but not every girl is a victim.
No, of course not.
Not
One
everyone,
should not.
everyone should not have the fear
No, that was an example simply. That doesn't mean that all the guards are going through that same experience. That was just an example of an extreme experience, extreme bitter experience. Now, simply a breakup may kill a person. You have a boyfriend, you have simply broken up with him. What he does, he goes and commits suicide. Or he starts drinking alcohol in order to destroy himself out of that pain. That often happens. Acid attack may be very rare, but these type of breakups happen in every nook and cranny, every moment. And how many boys and girls are being destroyed this way? Can you imagine? Talent gets bogged up. A talented boy may, of course, fail to flourish his talent because of a sudden incident of breakup. There is a breakup, and he has not been able to score in his examination, and his talent has been wasted. So how this bitter experience is actually contributed towards what you are doing?
for this reason break up with someone and the boy or the girl uh, take a decision to end their life. I think this is a very harshful reality of our society. This is true, but I think if you are
No, I don't want your commentary on that incident. I want to know simply how this negative experience helps that person, or how this negative experience contributes towards what he or she is today. That's my question. Then how do you agree with the subject matter? Are you in sync with the subject matter? That your negative and positive experiences contribute towards what you are today, or have made you what you are today.
yes, sir, that positive and negative experiences made us. This is very true for everyone present here. But this type of negative experience that have the effect on our life, on our live and death situation, that cause a live and death situation. I think this is not a positive experience or a experience that we should learn from it.
So what about the family, the girl who got married to a boy and she thought that the future will be very bright. So after 6 months or after certain couple of months, so the husband returns every day after drinking alcohol and he start beats his wife. So the bitter experience of the life, how she will turn to a better in future, better life? How? Then what is the outcome result? Divorce.
Leave him and of course wait for the second one, which is a better one.
No.
There's the experience. What has taught? She has learned that experience, and that experience has taught her that choose better.
She should start her life in different way.
What is that outcome? Divorce you wanted to mean, or mutual separation, but ultimately can she make herself great? Because she got married for the better future. She got married to with lot of dreams to cherish, but ultimately it has turned to negative. But you are telling that whenever this kind of situation a girl will face, so she may go for a divorce case. That's okay, all right. By paperwork, maybe she has taken a divorce, maybe mutually she has taken a divorce. But ultimately, herself, can she turn into better life?
Yes, obviously.
How?
If she can, if she
If
wants
there is if lies a lot of questions. If, but she is not at all confident. But do you think so? Whenever a girl is going to give a divorce, mentally she will be quite strong enough.
nowadays,
It's quite telltale. It's quite telltale to tell a tale. But in the reality, it's not so easy, isn't it? So that's why there is a question that how far she will be strong enough to build up. Yes, exceptionals are there. Maybe out of 100, you may take 2 girls. But what about the 98?
nowadays there are not only 2 girls, the maximum girls, they are happily divorced and they chose their career after divorce without marrying someone else.
You wanted to mean the single mother. As per, at present,
Otherwise,
at present, there is a particular one term. If the it means that the lady has an issue, so she regards as single mother. Why? Just because she hasn't taken the divorce, but she got separated. So in that case, it can be possible. But ultimately, her life is enjoyable. That is
Yes,
the
obviously.
how.
if she chose her happiness apart from it, not marriage is
At
the
least she is not
reason-
beaten up every night.
Yes,
She is
obviously.
not subjected to torture.
Torture. And she is
Thank you very much. You have spoken for